Hello Cancer, I'm Tamara and I'm going to do your love reading for the month of December 2017. It's a general reading. This reading is for the Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon and Cancer Rising sign. I hope it resonates with you. If it doesn't, so watch your moon sign or your rising sign. For this reading I'm using the Doreen Virtue, the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. And I'm going to draw a couple of clarifiers from the Gilded Tarot deck by Ciro Marchetti. And I am going to use the Doreen Virtue Romance Angels cards as well. Alright, Cancer, let's see what we have for you for love for the month of December. So it's a love reading for Cancer for December 2017. I'll put it back. Okay, that's recent past, present and the near future. And the first card which we have for you is the Seven of Pentacles. Second card we have Eight of Cups. And the third card is Knight of Pentacles. And the Spirit's message for you is the Hierophant. In present we have the Chariot, the Temperance, Queen of Swords, and Six of Swords. Seven of Swords, Ace of Swords, Ten of Swords, and Five of Cups. Okay, dear Cancer, I see a lot of swords, a lot of mental sort of activity going on over there. There's a lot of movement away. Either you going to leave someone and or move away from someone, you're going to, or someone is going to leave you. But I believe it will be you who will be leaving someone after some sort of problems. But let's start from the beginning and the recent past. And the recent past, I see the Seven of Pentacles is the card of making decision. It's a positive card. It's a card of what sort of path to take. This card tells me that that you worked hard. You sort of planted the seeds. It's because it's a love reading. We talk about relationship. That you put a lot into your relationship, and relationship actually started giving you some results, you know, sort of you and your partner obviously on the right page, you're getting on well, but there is some sort of either uncertainty or you are not getting enough from this relationship. It could be emotionally, it could be, I don't know, because Pentacles represents financially, maybe financially sounds a little bit weird, but maybe you putting a bit too much financially in this situation, there your partner is not, and you are sort of deciding what to do next. But because it's a love reading, let's concentrate more about emotions, and I think maybe you are now time for you to decide, would you like to continue to invest so much effort into this relationship? Would it be better just to keep the way it is, or maybe for you to sort of move away and maybe, you know, sort of start something new about it? Yes, it's a decision card. Again, it's just sort of deciding. It's not a negative card, as I said before, where you just sort of close your door and move, but it's sort of, you have got the results of your hard work. They are there, the fruits of your labor are there, but you're not sure if you're sort of satisfied with these results. Maybe you are, you know, you haven't decided yet what you want to do. But I think that you will decide to move and you will decide to leave everything behind. Because Eight of Cups tells us that we decided to leave all our emotions, we decided to leave everything which hasn't served us, which doesn't serve us, and you decide to move. So because we're talking about recent past, it could be actually a mental movement that deciding that, I'm going to leave all this negative way of thinking behind and I'm going to be positive. You might just move, by developing yourself, and deciding to adopt more sort of positive thinking, and that this card is maybe goes well with that, where you're thinking that, well, actually everything is fine. It's maybe sometimes we want a bit too much from our partners. We want this sort of firework every day, but it's not happening every day. So you will decide to move either to positive thinking or decided to close one chapter, leave everything behind and decide to start something different, and you move away from something which didn't serve you. And Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is the sign of either Virgo or Taurus or Capricorn. Knights talk about movement. So that movement which you will decide, earlier maybe in November or earlier previously to December, you will start this movement, but Knights represents movement, as I said before, but this Knight, which is the Pentacles, he's so down to earth, he's so sort of, he analyzes every step he takes, he thinking about everything, he's planning, he is very sort of reliable, he's very sort of slow moving, and whatever you will decide to move, wherever you will decide, either this decision will take you a long time to move, or that actual move will take you a long time to actually move away, either from relationship or, just adopt that positive thinking and, accept that what you got is enough and is good enough for you. This is the slow-moving Knights out of all four of them, but very reliable Knights. So whatever steps you will take towards your next step, towards your next move, will be very stable steps. They will be well thought through, and the decision, will be, probably will take you quite a long time to make this decision. And the Spirit's message for you is the Hierophant. The Hierophant is talking, maybe you were deciding to leave, not, as I said, to leave the relationship, and maybe opposite, to move forward with the relationship, because in the love readings, the Hierophant is talking about the wedding. And maybe it's slowly but surely you guys, whatever you and your partner decided, or you decided that maybe it took you a long time to make this decision, but it's a right decision at the moment, and you decided to take your relationship to the next step, to take it to the marriage, because Hierophant talks about marriage in the love readings. It talks about structures, talks about, especially if you're planning a wedding in church, the Hierophant is a pope, is all about church wedding. It's about structure, having a structure in your life, and also legality, maybe to put your relationship, make your relationship legal. So, maybe in the eyes of God or in the eyes of, society. So take it to next level and, start thinking about the marriage. It might not resonate with everyone, dear Cancers, because lots of you watching, so it might be just for some particular group of you, because you all guys have different planets, influencing you. So that might be a very specific message for some of you, dear Cancers. But it's been a slow-moving process, I believe, and I do believe that it takes you to sort of legalize a relationship. And then present we see the Chariot, and then that's where the relationship will start developing, fast, and you will sort of, you know where you're going in your love life, in your romance. You know where you're going. You're in charge. You're in charge in this union. You sort of, you're ruling your life. This card is also actually represents you, dear Cancer. It's the Chariot is the card of Cancer. So you know what you're doing. You know where you're going. It's also a card of the winner, being you know, in a very sort of advantage position in a situation. If there is any situation in your relationship, you're in a quite advantage position. And it's a very positive card. It's a card of moving forward, knowing where you're going, being in charge, ruling, you know, controlling, but in a good way controlling. And the next card is the Temperance card. And the Temperance card tells you that you need, especially now in December we're coming, that everything needs to be done in moderation. It talks about patience, that you know, you're charging forward as a chariot, and this card is like trying to slow you down a little bit. Just slow down. It's very nice to be in control. It's very nice to rule the situation. But you need to have patience. You need that moderation, you know, to in everything, particularly in December when there is a time of festivities. You know, we will go and see relatives. We got and see, you know, relatives coming to see us. A lot of people around us. It's also a lot of drinking, a lot of eating, and the card is all about moderation. It's all about you know, patience with people. Be patient with your partner, be patient with the people who are close to you, you know, your loved ones, because there's a lot of majority of the divorces are happening after Christmas. People reflect on their relationship during that period, and quite often these periods could be quite depressing and causing the divorces. And then I have the Queen of Swords next to you. The Queen of Swords is someone who is not showing much emotions. It's an air sign, and air signs are Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius person. And she's very intellectual. She's very down to. She's very sort of, everything is. And when we talk about someone like Queen of Cups, for example, that's all about intuition, that's all about love, that's all about being warm. This one might come across quite cold because she thinks before she sort of shows her emotions. She uses that sword to get the clarity. She likes to have a clarity in her life. She likes to know truth. And she might use that sword to get to the core of the matter. This person sometimes represents solicitors, sometimes talks about solicitors, brings the clarity in our personal matters. Sometimes this card represents a counselor or psychotherapist, psychologist, someone who help us to get clarity in our mind. So maybe that's, you know, you're charging forward and you're ruling, and the card is telling you, you know, slow down a little bit. Have that patience, have that sort of balance, you know, balance well, you know, the fire which is in you, and water which is another, you know, fire, internal fire which is in you, but then you've got a water chart, you know, you're a water sign, dear Cancer. And then you've got that, maybe you do need to see some specialist, you know, to sort of to give you that clarity. Or it could be your partner who is who is the air sign. Or it could be you yourself, actually, who wants that truth, who wants that clarity in life. There's maybe some Cancers there who has a lot of air in their charts. Maybe your moon or rising sign is in one of the planets. So it could be you yourself as well. And I see the message for you is to move. It's the second card. I told you there's a lot of movements for you to go away. Here you sort of decided to leave the negative emotions and moved away, and you're slowly moving, and you're moving away. And again, you decided to, I know I said we're planning wedding here, but somehow I don't see that wedding actually happening this Cancer. All I see is sort of you going away. I can't see any suitors over here. I don't know, I can see any other partners, but maybe, you know, there's somewhere there. But you decided to leave everything behind and go away. You decided here emotionally to leave all the negative emotions away. And then in this card again, it's Six of Swords, you decided to leave everything behind and move. Move away to the calmer sides. Maybe, you know, even though all the cards are quite positive, but you decided that maybe that is the actually positivity of moving, leaving everything behind. And you know, maybe you sort of decided to rule your life, and you want that balance in your life, because Temperance sometimes talks about balance. Temperance sometimes is a sign of Aquarius as well. Oh, sorry, not the Temperance is the star of, sorry, I forgot. Justice. Sagittarius. Oh, Sagittarius. Yes, and Sagittarius is the sign of fire, so it could represent the Sagittarius as well. But I do believe that, sorry guys, I'm not astrologist. Some people tell me I get confused with the air sign and water signs, and I've got some comments, but I'm not astrologist. All I do is just read cards, to be honest, and that's all I do for 35 years. So yeah, and it tells you that yes, you might need that control in your life. You need that balance, and maybe you will acquire help from someone, either solicitor or someone who is, maybe you go and see a counselor, someone who helps you to sort of gives you an advice, and this will be not emotional advice, that will be very practical advice, very sort of intellectual advice, and you decide to take this advice and you will decide to move away. You will leave all your troubles behind and you will move to the calmer shores, where there will be much better, you know, life for you. And sometimes this card also talks about physically traveling by water, or maybe buying a property, buying something by the water. You might decide to move and leave everything behind you. The only thing is, Swords is all about what's in our heads. It's our mental activity, it's our thought process, pattern of thoughts. And if you are, you know, adopting the negative pattern of thoughts, quite often, you know, depressed, or, you know, some people quite sort of have a negative thinking. They think negatively first before they think positively. You might need to drop those swords which is with you, 6 swords on this boat. You need to drop them off on the way to this journey. So when you arrive to that calmer shores, to this better place for you to leave, you arrive there without your baggage, with no emotional and you know, mental baggage over there. That's Spirit's message for you, that you need to go. You need to leave everything, and you are actually doing everything in order to leave. And you've been savvy. You will take everything what you need with you. You will take what maybe Source again is all about our mental capacities. You'll take what serves you. You will leave what doesn't serve you, and you will move. You will leave. You know, it sounds a bit sneaking, but maybe you will need to sneak sometimes. It's being savvy, being, you know, looking after yourself, protecting yourself sometimes, and move away. And by moving away and going away, you will get that clarity in your life. You will start that new beginning. When you arrive to that new shore, if you drop all these negative swords, you will get that clarity in your life. You will get the truth. You will get maybe truth just for yourself. You know, sometimes it's very nice to be true to yourself. You know, because we're sometimes stuck with people, and we're stuck with them for some sort of reasons, and we try to justify to ourselves, oh, I am with this person because of kids, or because kids are young, or because I can't afford to do this. But when you do actually move, and you finally, you know, last straw, you move away, you start from the new page, and you're actually true to yourself. Now I don't have to lie to myself why I'm this with this person, this and that. Now I'm actually starting from the clear page, and I can be myself rather than, you know, playing that role all the time of, you know, mother, I don't know, wife, girlfriend, whoever we are. And yeah, you get from the new, you will leave that pain, you will leave that betrayal, you will leave that someone's, you know, stuck that knife. That's why probably you're sneaking, because it's already been happening to you. You're going to leave all this behind. Number 10, it's not very nice card, 10 of Swords, you know, being betrayed, or, you know, someone is card of abuse, really. And actually mental abuse, because Swords is, again, you know, I keep telling the same story. It's all about our mental process. And it's mental abuse, and you sort of decided to, you know, it's over for you, the Cancer. And number 10 is the end of cycle. After 10, you've got 1, new beginning, new start. It's not pleasant, but it's over. And when you get to that other shore of that river or sea, or wherever you're aiming to go, or you have to go, or you're going, you know, in the process of going, you will, you know, drop all those negative thoughts, and you will just need to heal from that. You will be crying on the way. It's not pleasant. I know. You will be crying because you will think that, you know, it's quite, you know, upsetting. Your cups are turned over, and yeah, you will be crying, but the message behind is just turn around. There's still 2 cups behind you. I got all emotional. Oh God. Yeah, not everything's lost. It's painful, it's you know, not pleasant, but it's over, it's happened. We just need to take it on the chin and move on. And just turn around and see there's 2 other cups there, they're full. You haven't lost everything. The Cancer. Life goes on. Life moves. Let's see what additional messages I have for you. Oh, it's jumped. Yeah, I think there's something will be connected with the money as well. And when I started the reading, and I was talking about maybe you investing more, it could be you investing more in this relationship you did financially, and there was no sort of another involvement, and you couldn't sort of deal with that anymore, because sometimes, you know, financial also could be, and here we talk about, you know, all this upset and everything. It's about financial losses, it's loss of property, loss of house. Sometimes it talks about loss of health. All those worries, all that troubles can cause a lot of health issues as well. You know, stress, post-traumatic stress disorder, because all that is the mental abuse. You need to sneak away, and you will. You will, Cancer, and you will start from the clear page. You take your life, a second one jumped, and we've got another Hierophant. So yeah, you need a structure in your life, that's all it tells. I probably misjudged that card as the preparation for the wedding, where for some it could be, but I think it's, you need a structure in your life. Hierophant talks about structure. If you believe and then go and you know, sort of go to church, sometimes it helps to pray. I do pray occasionally. Put a candle in front of my couple of icons, and yeah, to pray, and it helps. You know, it's, or if you meditate, into meditation, if you believe this, maybe meditate. Spirits will listen to you as well. You know, talk to your guide and spirit. Very strong message for you to sort of to get the structure in your life. Let's see, I feel like this one. And we have Page of Cups. Well, yes, It's a nice message, very soft. It's either child involved, it could be your sign, it's your card because you're Cancer, your water sign, and it represents water sign, Cancer, Pisces or Scorpio person. It could be a child who could be significant, but it could be a message of love coming to you, because the pages are messages that bring us some news, and your news is the news of love. After all that, there is still love in the universe. There is still love in our life. Our kids can bring us lots of love. I know it's not a substitute sometimes, but it could be quite fulfilling and satisfying. Let's see what additional messages I've got for you from the Doreen Virtue Oracle cards. Taking this one, and it tells you, stay optimistic. Yeah, fantastic. Stay optimistic about your love life, positive thinking, and faith will bring you romance. What else can I add to that? Stay optimistic. I told you it's very, very emotional here, but stay optimistic. There is a cup of love for you. You will get a message from message of love. It even could be from the close people close to you, or your children, or maybe if there's something new is coming. Maybe watch the January forecast. Maybe someone new will come to your life. But stay optimistic about your love life, dear Cancer. Positive thinking. And faith will bring you romance. And we were talking about faith. Faith is very sort of significant for you in December. You've got two Hierophants. And when two cards from different decks appear in the same readings, it's a very strong message for you. So if you are a churchgoer or just believer, I think you need to sort of to consider that, whatever your practice is, whatever faith you believe, just apply it to your situation at the moment. Well, on this positive note, I would like to finish my reading for you for December. It was a love reading for Cancer for December 2017. If you would like to elaborate, and you can book a private reading with me. All the contact details are underneath this video. You can contact me by email, tamara.tarot30@yahoo.com, or you can contact me through my webpage or through the Facebook page. And I'll be quite happy to do a private reading for you, dear Cancers. And thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.